Hey guys, I know that there's a lot of varmint hunters out there who are really going to take a close look at what we're showing you here today. This is the ACSS version of this primary arm scope that is designed specifically for varmint hunting applications. Pretty sweet. Check it out.
Predator. You ever see the movie Predator?
Yes, sir.
Why, howdy guys, Rex here. And 188 Mule.
Yep.
So this is a scope that's set up to be relatively easy to use. It's very rugged. You can throw it around the truck. You don't have to worry about your dials. You simply bracket a 10-inch target inside the corresponding circle. That'll give you your ballistic drop compensation. This is made for the VMAX ammunition in 223s. Perfect for AR-15s. We're bracketing the coyote here. As you can see, we're finding the circle that's appropriate to get on there, and then we just simply hold off for the 5-mile-an-hour wind correction as needed. Quite a simple system. Bracketing a 10-inch tall target. We have battle tested this series of optics for a while now, trying to break them. The FAL, for example, as you see here, is a very mean platform to rifle scopes. It eats them up like nothing. But this one has been battle proven. So I think for varmint hunting applications, where you're going to be out there and beating this thing around in the truck, potentially using it on harsh conditions, even if you got a scar in a 5.56 and you want to do some varmint hunting or bracketing targets that are 10 inches big, there's a lot of different targets out there where you could find a 10-inch dimension on them, and this reticle would be very effective. This is set up from 0 to 500 yards. And what we basically have going on is the 3 different circles are going to give you your ranges. The 3 circles start off, the top one being the 300 yards, the middle one being 400 yards, the bottom one being 500 yards. Your 200 yards would be very close to the bottom of the chevron, and your 100 yards would be on the tip of the chevron.
It's a scary predator.
So what we did here is we did some testing. We got this thing set up in the field. We didn't have a lot of 10-inch steel targets to do some demos on. We made do. We know what the dimensions of our targets are, so we picked out the 10-inch section of the geometry of our targets. But after we got set up, we got to get a median range 0 on this weapon. As you see here, we're running the Midwest Industries rifle.
Where are we at, man?
So this is, we're at 3, 4, and 500 for the circles, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So basically, you're going to get this thing dialed in perfectly for 100 yards, and you're going to make micro adjustments based on your atmospheric or muzzle velocity variations at median ranges. In this case, we started at 400 yards to kind of accomplish a 0 on the 400-yard circle. And so that's what we're doing here. Is that's the best way to really zero a BDC, is kind of in the middle of the BDC's range of adjustment, is to just zero out them turrets so that your corresponding BDC holdover mark at that distance is hitting on for your climatic conditions, elevation, atmosphere, etc. And it was relatively easy to get zeroed in. It only took about a minute, and we were ready to rock and roll. Here what we're doing is just confirming our 0 is still going to work at the closer range of 300 yards. And we're not holding off for wind right here, but we're just trying to get our elevation correct.
I'm not holding any wind. I'm hitting a little bit left, but...
We're doing a final confirmation for elevation here at 400. And we're not running VMAX ammo for this review. We're actually running Fiocchi 55 grain full metal jacket. So it's going to be hitting a little bit different than a VMAX would, a little more drop.
Grouping in there pretty nice.
Okay.
I suppose we'll call our elevation good, huh?
Yep.
How do you like that bipod, dude? Kind of heavy duty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Heavy duty. And that's the bipod that Batman uses?
Really?
Yes.
Was it in the Dark Knight movie?
I don't remember, but in my imagination, that's what
It does look like, looks like one of the throwing stars from the Lego movie when he's throwing it.
It's solid
First time.
though. Like when you put her down, it's like not moving there.
Yeah. Hit. Hit. Wind took that one.
Oh.
Yep, you're a little more wind.
Okay, now I'm using the full wind bar. All right, I'm going to transition over to the target number 2.
Transitioning between targets at different distances is very quick and easy. You don't have to look at any numbers, do any math. You can instantly engage multiple targets at various distances without having to think about anything. You simply bracket the target of known dimensions.
Dude, hair keeps going in front of my face. I actually do need a haircut.
Hit. Hit. Just off the left edge. Hit.
That wind is really squirrely. Dude. The rock and roll hair, I can't see my crosshair.
I'm recording.
All right.
Going to attempt to get some reticle footage for you.
It's holding on the right edge
After that.
of this circle.
It's going to be hard for me to execute all the fundamentals in a conventional fashion. So we're going to have to employ some new techniques here.
As you can see, we're holding off a little bit for the wind. It's not quite 5 miles an hour total value. Now we're shooting,
We'll go down.
getting on the 5 mile an hour, maybe 4 mile an hour mark. The end of the wing on that circle would be about 5.
Hit.
So we're just playing the wind game.
Oh, I'm getting sloppy.
Hit.
This is kind of goofy, man.
Yeah, the gun's acting funny.
Low power mode, that's not going to work. All right, let's try it again. Where's this other one at? There we go.
Hit.
Oh, it died. No way, dude. Oh, seriously?
I don't have a charger either.
Oh.
It won't work on there.
All right. Well, they get the idea. Hopefully that's saved. That was cool. Gosh, darn it.
The last round is a
Murphy's Law, man.
Yeah.
Electronics.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here and then start another one or not?
You can just keep going, dude. It's cool.
All right.
All right, here we are.
Oh man.
That's right, bitches. That thing's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. You might as well keep hitting it. I kind of went up in the air with your video while I was videoing.
Oh, really? Okay,
But-
I can do it more. Oh, we shut off all our ammo, didn't we?
I think so.
Oh, man. That's fun, though.
Yeah. That works pretty damn
What do you
good.
think of this little fella, huh?
Yeah, it's a nice little scope.
So we're trying out this turbo scope. How do you dig it, man?
Works really well.
Yeah, it works
Nice.
like...
Yeah. Transition easy between targets.
Yeah.
Circles matched up with the 10-inch gong we have at 300 and 400. So.
Yep, so the reticle's exactly perfect. The drop on the 55s was pretty much right on once we got her
Zero.
with our median range 0. And besides the switchy wind on our tail, which is a little tricky on the windage side, it was throwing us just off a little bit left and then a little bit less left. But that's called reality.
Yes, sir.
So for coyotes, what do you think that would help out a little bit maybe, or?
Yeah, it would be a good quick reticle for calling, close range work.
Yep.
Be a nice little, use it for ranging. You can just pick them up, boom, you know.
Yep, and then close range, you crank her down,
Yeah.
and then at long range, you just put them in the circle and let them have it.
Yep. Yeah, I think it'll work real nice. Real nice little reticle.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool setup, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to a second test location. We got some targets set up here. Target number 1, approximately 300, approximately 400, and somewhere in the vicinity of 400 to 500. All right, I'm on target number 3. Ready?
Hit. Hit.
And we did move around our firing position a little bit to get a different angle on these targets.
Hit. Hit.
Okay, I'm going to go for target number 1. Just a couple hundred yards closer. Target number 1. Mrs. Rex, God bless her, trying to get back on the second target with the scope, with the camera.
Green light.
All right, so I just have to record on here.
Because it's always kind of funny trying to film for this camera deal. We'll see if we can get some cool stuff. The mirage coming off the barrel, it's very blurry, which is what you're going to see in real life when you're running a suppressor like this, getting it pretty hot. It's going to be quite blurry. Going hot.
Green light. Yep. Hit.
All right, go back to one.
One's hard because it's starting to get hit so much I can't tell.
And it's white against white.
Yeah.
Was that a hit? You can see the blur coming off of the scope camera from the silencer. Here's from the Canon off to the side on the tripod. You get a lot more clear view. Oops. The height of this target is 10 inches, the white part. A little bit narrower, left and right, playing the wind.
I think you hit that one. There you go. Yeah, hit.
These targets are from Shoot Steel. And if you hit them high, they'll really flap down. But with the small cartridge like this, you got to hit them just right to really make them move.
Going just off the right shoulder. There you go.
Overall, this reticle is, I think, a real good option for guys that are going to be shooting at targets that are approximately 10 inches. You can see here from our Nevada test footage that you still have, when you're cranked back, a relatively easy close quarter style aiming point if something does come in very close. If you're calling coyotes, for example, and they run in close, you can spin around with that rifle and get on target real quick. Very easy to run, and when you need to take that precision shot, you can crank her up and take a look at them circles and get your ballistic drop sorted out in your windage without having to do any kind of math in the field, which is usually what happens when you're engaging animate targets, particularly varmints. They don't stand around very long. So overall, we dug the scope.
Nice.
I've never taken a long-range class before, but I can't imagine anybody delivering this much information in this short of a period.
Yeah, it takes a while. After you've been around a while, you kind of accumulate most of this information. Some of it falls by the wayside, some of it you retain. at least you know it's there, and if you need to use it, you can pull on it.
You cannot miss an opportunity to gain knowledge. You cannot. The guys that are going to talk here, there must be 250 years of experience wandering around in the people that you're going to be exposed to. And I'm talking like hard-earned experience.
Rex is, of course, an absolute natural. He showed us over the years that, so I wasn't surprised to see him perform beautifully because he was born for it. He is naturally an awesome presenter. So whether he does it through YouTube, on video camera, or live, and by the way, congratulations, this is beyond the full house. I really think some people snuck up on you, man. You got to double check on who paid and who didn't, because I see more than 80 people here. I see north of 100 people.
If you have not been studying long range for quite some time, I'm not saying not to come to this class. I'm saying you better put your helmet on. It's gonna go fast. You can't get information like this going to happen in this class. You can't get that like anywhere.
He's already well known, and he'll get better and better and better.
But you're right. We have a very strong concentration of people with this much interest and passion. You know, in this one room, everybody's here looking for the best and trying to be the best, and
I love it.
And that's the secret to success, too, guys, is surrounding yourself with competent, intelligent, and passionate people.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot in this room, because everybody that gathers together here is because of a love for the sport or the craft and the skill and the art and the science. And you, Mr. Rex, you're kicking some butt up there today, man. You're in the zone.
I'm getting sweatier and sweatier, Lou. Wait until 4 hours from now.
You know, I'm a little scared to get up there. I mean, Rex is such a great speaker in this forum, and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to bore these guys to death. But I can tell you one thing I like about these type of forums. When you get guys that admit to being interested in long-range shooting, you're past the guy who swears he can shoot a quarter-inch group with his factory Savage with factory ammo. So these guys, they're not at that point. They've gone past that. They're really serious now, and they really know a lot of this stuff. It's more about how much further can I push my
this is where they've come with
capabilities with more knowledge and more practice and more information.
We'll have a good time. The students will have a good time. You're going to get a tremendous level of information, and there are different levels of knowledge. And when I met Rex, he was really the first guy that I had met that had that kind of tier 1 level of knowledge.
This won't be the last time that you guys do this. This is the best thing that I have seen or been associated with thus far in this industry. This is really good. I think that the guys have learned a lot about this on relative to the topics and how to handle it at the next one that they do. I expect that the next one will be better and better and better, and I think that the guys that go to it are going to benefit and learn a lot.
But you're going to see some amazing things. When this company, as he builds this company and this curriculum, and it goes, I'm telling you, it's going to be a bookmark in American firearms training history. Like something is different over there, what's going on, and people will come from all over.
Hey folks, it's Lou McCoy with the Rex Reviews Project, and we are here in Texas. Holy crap, man.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I'm here with Jesse and his lovely wife, and what do you guys have to say after the second day?
So we get out here, the first thing we did was check out all of our guns and equipment. We want that solid. We learn the fundamentals, make sure that everybody is doing things like correctly and properly, and that way when we start shooting out the longer distances, we don't we don't have to wonder what's all going on out there, you know. And I think that's really cool, because you feel a lot more confident knowing that you're solid, you got a solid foundation when you start engaging things way out there. So
and you
I think that's great.
Yeah, man, and you start off really close and you get all the bugs worked out, and then you work out farther and it's no big deal. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. So the system works, Mr. Rex. It works, my man.
Just this experience was probably the best shooting experience I've ever had.
it was the most I've ever learned, ever. So just getting to shoot out to 1,000, 1,100 yards, and these guys get you out there quick and do it the right way.
Feels like, but I think it's rolling down off the snow. Right.
No way.
Nah. That's still barely a 2.
Oh yeah? It's hot air. Nothing. Yeah, reticle choice and design, I've really learned to like, that's really important. You know, we always focus on all the other stuff, you know, but reticle design, you know, is very critical.
If you pay attention to those classes and watch those reviews, it'll all come together for you, and this is the place where it all comes together.
Yeah, and you get out in the field and you get to apply all that knowledge and see it in action, and that's gratifying.
Absolutely, and it's the real world issues that that you're really learning here, as opposed to just the, you know, you get all that technical data and then you bring it out here to the real world and you put it all together and it works.
The secret Rex taught me about butterfly kisses on the cheek. And
it's actually true?
It was true.
Did it work?
It totally worked.
What?
It totally was. It happened earlier today, and all day I've been just on.
Like I just said a minute ago, yesterday everybody showed up. They were nervous. They didn't know what to expect. And look at the crowd behind us now. It's like a party back there, man. People are just having the time of their lives, and not only having a good time, but making some shots too. Some impressive ones.
They're learning what they come out here with. You know, the dot drills, a lot of the drills that Rex and Paul are having us do, they really make you, you know, get you into shape and make you, you know, do exactly what you did the last time and be consecutive, you know. So I think that's a just super way to start to do this stuff. So.
Yeah, it is. And you lay that solid foundation and the rest is easy, man.
Yeah, we're just now it's not even really hard to shoot out there. We're shooting out at 1,100 yards, and really not that big a deal now after we, you know, now that we know what to do.
All right, what just happened, man?
I just hit a water bottle at 875 yards.
And you had one shot.
One shot.
That's not bad. So what's the secret, man?
Aim small, miss small.
Amen. Well done, brother.
Thank you.
As long as you pay attention and do what the instructors say, it will all come together as an equation, and the equal sign pops right up.
Name's Edwin from Boston. Traveled out here to Pennsylvania to take the class to shoot past my home range of 600. Shot out to 1030, made some hits. Every time Rex teaches you something new and gets you comfortable, he totally messes with you. Gets you dirty, gets you muddy, makes you roll around in the rain and the mud and the dust. And then he takes your scope and he messes it all up, and he teaches us something new every time. So great time, good guys.
Nice shooting there, Tex.
Thanks, man. Second round hit on the gong and first round hit on Fred. Almost a 1,000-yard shot. That was pretty awesome.
Feels good for first stage of the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I wasn't shooting very good yesterday, but it's good to come back.
Haven't shot past 400 yards until I came to RX-18. Right off the bat, brought us right out to 1,000 yards, gave us some confidence. And after working the range tables, I see no reason why I couldn't hit any target that I knew the true range to and had the dope for, all the way out to and including 1,000 yards.
You're exposing, you know, all the different students, including myself, you know, to some different techniques, pulling from different arenas, whether it be from some application of competition, you know, PRS, NRL kind of things. When we can't always take a prone shot, you know, shooting off of obstacles, from unstable positions.
I came to the RX just to learn everything. It's a great place to be, great people. Learned quite a bit. Got me dialed in at ranges I've never even looked at before.
I've been to RX 17-001 seminar and 001 shooting, and so I had some familiarity, but this is just a lot better. This is what I really enjoy. The instruction is again top-notch. We learn any problems we have, we immediately have someone to diagnose the problem. It's because it's so relaxed, the environment, you're constantly learning and you don't even really realize it. I think it's just been an awesome experience, and the knowledge is unbelievable.
Hey, my name's Mitch. I just over here at the Rex Live Fire event. Learned a hell of a lot. I got my rifle 0 for 100 yards yesterday, and within a few hours I was hitting 1,030 yards. And I've never shot cast 300 yards in my life. So it's definitely worth the money, definitely worth the trip, the hassle, everything about it's been great. Rex has been great, the crew's been great.
Oh, this has been terrific from my standpoint. We've seen things that we never expected to see. Let me see, we've got one guy, first time ever, at over a mile or whatever, and he's hitting 25, 80.
I think everyone got to a mile, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, everyone got to a mile in the whole class relatively easily.
It's really been surprising, and that just shows how the equipment, and it shows how the shooters have progressed learning and with the instruction and all. These guys have had good instruction, and they've just got the job done.
And how far were you shooting?
It was 1 mile.
1 mile, and what were you using here?
300 Win Mag.
300 Win Mag.
But probably not. Watch out, Rex.
So you just hit the 2,500 yards. Like, what's your solution?
It was 116 and a half MOA elevation and 14 MOA windage.
And you had 4 shots.
Yes, sir.
You got in your team?
I had 6, so 10 total to hit 2551.
So tell me the story. How'd you finally spot where you're hitting?
I saw the trace. I saw his trace, and I called it good, but he was about 6 inches off the top right corner of the plate. He made a minor correction, bottom left edge of the plate, and I saw the top of the bullet, but I lost it, but it was an impact. So awesome shot.